Hi, Matt Boland here. A while ago, I composed a documentary called Which Melbourne Suburb Are You?, where I selected 5 suburbs in the metropolitan of Melbourne and talked about some of the positive things about each of them and the uniqueness they displayed. Well, I've decided to make a sequel of it by selecting 5 new suburbs to talk about. So, without further ado, I'd like to present to you Which Melbourne Suburb Are You to? South Yarra is a cosmopolitan inner city suburb, just kilometres away from the CBD. South Yarra was first established in the 1850s and has since been developed into one of Melbourne's most iconic destinations. Chapel Street, which is the suburb's main precinct, offers wide ranges of good food, entertainment including the Jam Factory, a cinema complex which started out as an actual jam factory. South Yarra is also known as one of Melbourne's most prestigious communities, with lawn tennis courts and a beautiful view of the Yarra River. I'm here with local South Yarra worker Emma Gladwell to tell us a little bit about what it's like to work and be around South Yarra.
So I just get the tram into work. I guess it's a pretty cool area to work. There's always lots of shopping to tempt you over lunchtime. Lots of cool clothes shops. I think there's a really strong coffee culture in South Yarra too, so always lots of great cafes around. Yeah, I think overall it's a pretty cool place to work.
Fitzroy is a dense inner city suburb, around 3 kilometres from the CBD. First developed in the 1840s, it was one of the first suburbs to be developed out of Melbourne. Over the decades, Fitzroy has experienced a number of facelifts and demographics, from pastoral landowners, immigrants in the post-war period, and more recently, Fitzroy has developed a reputation for being a bohemian hipster hub, with a range of interesting street art and cafes, which show off some of the best coffee that Melbourne has to offer. Whether it's the Victorian-era workman's cottage or the high-density apartment, you can be sure Fitzroy has a place for you. Dandenong is a southeastern suburb located roughly 30 kilometres from the CBD of Melbourne. It started as a township in 1852. In the second half of the 19th century, it developed into a country town with local facilities like the market and town hall being built. In the post-war period of the 50s and 60s, Dandenong experienced another huge expansion as a destination for many industrial businesses and European migration, wanting to make a fresh start in Australia, resulting in it officially becoming a suburb of Melbourne in the late 60s. Since then, Dandenong has maintained its image and identity as a multicultural hub, with a range of food and services available for all over the world. It's pretty unique. Werribee is a satellite suburb on the outskirts of Melbourne's west. Approximately 32 kilometres from the CBD, Werribee offers affordable houses and a range of quality facilities and attraction, including Werribee Mansion, which started out as a homestead and has since evolved into an iconic tourist attraction for visitors all over Australia and the world. So I'm here with filmmaker John Bowe, who's a resident of Werribee, and yeah, John, just tell us a little bit about what it's like living in Werribee and how long you've lived here.
Living in Werribee, it's amazing. I mean, like, I've just gotten used to the west side pretty much my whole life. And since I know a lot about the west side from where Werribee is, it's like easy to access. I know where all my convenient supplies are, all my go-to shops and all that. Pretty much everyone here that I've known for my whole life. It's really fun and friendly environment.
Wanting the feel of suburbia without all the hustle and bustle of the city? Well, Werribee is the spot for you. Mordialloc is a southern suburb roughly 24 to 25 kilometres from the CBD. It's a vibrant beach suburb with plenty of nice views and shops to meet all your requirements. Mordialloc is also home to an impressive sailing society. Whether you're youth or a senior citizen, Mordialloc has the perfect community for you. I'm with Jacob here, who grew up in the suburb of Mordialloc and the Bayside area at that. And it's fair to say that he spent most of his early childhood within the area. So Jacob, tell us what it was like growing up in Bayside and just around here.
down here?
I mean, it was your stereotypical kind of suburban life. You could ride your bike around down to the shops. Like you could ride from suburb to suburb, and you'd be all right. I don't know if that's still the case. If kids are just free to ride bikes from hither to thither. But yeah, no, it's great. There's also a beach, the massive pier. You could go jumping off that pier. I never did because I was a chicken shit. But I think an unsung gem of Mordialloc is this gazebo. I don't know any details about it, but it's fantastic. And if you talk about the gazebo in Mordialloc, people know you're talking about this place.
Yeah, it's a lot of character.
Unless you're talking about the other gazebo over there.
Yeah.
In which case you're not talking about this place.
No. Oh well, we've seen some pretty interesting places, but now sadly, it's time to say goodbye. So whether you already live in Melbourne and are wishing to relocate to another part of it, or whether you're international and wishing to move to Melbourne, you should ask yourself the question, which Melbourne suburb are you